So the key is your hand position. Bring the hands closer to your body. Yes, that's it. So bring the hands closer to your body.
If we set up a golf ball, I feel like I would come over here and hit it over there.
No. So what happens is when you guide your hands close to your body, you can actually give good centripetal force to the club, and then you don't let the club head go out.
The idea of me feeling like I attach it almost to the belly button, that gets those hands close.
Instead of intentionally pulling it, you are just simply bringing the hands close to your body. So
close to my wisdom.
Yeah, and then your arm will be straightened.
Okay.
But the worst you can have is at impact position, you have more this kind of posture here. When this is almost straight.
And that's a good thing.
No, bad thing. You can have this problem here.
We don't want that.
You can lose the control on the face control. But if you come this way here, it's hard to do this. Most motion is the main motion is this motion here, right? So you will.
All right, because it's grabbed to the force of the body.
Because this angle. When you lose this angle here, go here, it's easy to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. From here, come down this way so that give a little bit angle here. Then you will have a lot better face control. And your left arm is reasonably straightened while keeping the hands a bit close to your body.
That means you're strengthening the forearm as well.
So you don't go like this. So bring it and then turn around.
It's really counterintuitive.
So all you need is on the way down, try to keep your hands a bit close to your wisdom, okay?
I love it.
And then at the beginning, let's go to the setup position. At the beginning, if your left shoulder is ahead of right shoulder, then you already turned it this way. Then you have a bias to start with. So you don't have to intentionally turn, but naturally, if you drop the right side slightly, then left side will open. So you have a bit open position, right?
Okay.
So you can start from here if this helps. But if you start with this posture, the left shoulder is in front of the right shoulder, then you already have bias here. Naturally, it's easy to go more flat.
Inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then with this position, it's easier to do the trigger motion here. And then ease here. Just let it go this way. Okay?
To lighten the fingers. Mm-hmm. So more like this.
Yeah.
So that.
So you have to
sharper angle, more acute angle.
You have to get rid of anything that will give you a wrong bias to start with. Okay.
Okay.
And also the grip wise, this is better. When you have a good angle to start with, okay.
More acute angle.
Yeah, then you will be able to use your wrist more. But if you keep it straight, then it's hard to use the wrist.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the right side down a little bit.
So with this, what you can do is that when you have a reasonable angle here, you can easily use the pronation, supination, and this deviation. This is called the deviation. This radial deviation or ulnar deviation. But by using these, you can easily introduce the wrist motion here. So while keeping the hands close to your body, you can let it go using this motion here. But if you go here and then try just to throw, then you are straightening everything.
Okay.
So again, use that posture is good. And then give a bit of a wrist motion, okay? They have a good trigger. So as long as you repeat the swing back and forth, okay, as you repeat the stage one, if you avoid hitting the ground here, that means you made a good adjustment.
Okay.
Yep, already you made a good adjustment.
Down here, wrist subtle.
Uh-huh. And if you can consistently touch the tip of the tee, that means you'll never have ground shot. And then again, as you repeat, you tend to go here, and then the hands tend to move away. Keep the hands close to your body on the way down. Okay, now let's do really fast motion. So you will increase the level of effort.
Okay.
And instead of intentionally limiting here, let it go and see how far it goes.
Okay.
Just use the momentum. All you need to pay attention is accelerate, decelerate, accelerate, decelerate. Change the direction and then let it go. Change the direction here and then let it go. Change the direction here and then let it go. Keep the motion, okay? So pay attention to the overall flow of motion. Here in front of you, here we have a piñata,
right,
with a lot of treasures inside.
Okay.
So then when you break it, then everything is yours. So in the downswing, try to break this.
Over here.
Yeah, in your image, here is a piñata, and then hit it hard. So imagine the piñata is a bit on this side here.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to bring the club this way.
Okay.
Now swing hard. The trigger motion is sort of the transition abrupt. That's why you hit the ground on the way down.
Okay.
So wait until this is matured. Instead of quickly try to bring it down.
Okay.
Let it go using the momentum. Let it go and then wait until this is matured and then bring it back. Also wait until this is matured. So do not rush. The motion should be fast enough, but at the transition, let it mature. Like that, okay? Like that. Now swing harder, swing harder. And then go easy with your wrist. So let the wrist move a bit more. Instead of using the whole arm and club complex, give a little wrist motion intentionally. Yeah, so at the end of the trigger motion, give a little wrist motion. At the end of the backswing, give wrist motion. And on the way down, give wrist motion, but not here. When you use your wrist early on, it's casting.
Yeah.
So add the wrist motion later, okay? But you can use your wrist more actively. So when you keep the hands close to your body and then you use your wrist actively, then that will give you an easy flow. Now that pet is a lot better. Okay.
Really have to concentrate on the flow.
Your left shoulder is sticking out. And now make a backswing faster. So you have to use the trigger from here, make the backswing faster using the body turn. Okay. And then add the arm motion and the wrist motion at the end. Yes, and then with that you will be able to have good wind up. Again, always pay attention to the direction you are throwing the club head. Yes, that is a lot better. So let me record this. The best way to practice is always repeat the swing, back and forth. But as you repeat the swing, you have to pay attention to the global aspects, the direction of your swing plane, okay? And instead of paying attention to small things in your body. So, okay, when I say go and then swing, ready, go. Okay. All right, ready, go.
I felt it trying to come on the inside back here. That's real abrupt.
Yeah, and at the
Short
top,
backswing.
you don't have that much time, right? You short backswing, then try to bring it down.
I saw that.
Now, as you repeat this motion, then you can really see this. You know, what was you were doing? You know, at the
That's the
beginning.
wrong way.
Yeah. You see, it's fairly arm driven. Now, if you look at this motion here,
Okay.
it's flowing a lot better.
Yes.
But by repeating the stage one several times, your swing pattern is changing gradually. While we were paying attention to the direction of swing pattern, actually the way you move your body also changed. This is the advantage of using the step drills.
So when I go home, basically to ingrain this, to completely change, to try to get the tendencies to eliminate it or you know.
Just repeat the step drills
Okay.
again and again, and then also pay attention to the global aspects. Okay, I want to move the club more that way.
And then pay attention to my shoulders to make sure I'm not inching back to where I'm going to yank it in here.
On the way back, you have to guide it to the right direction, and then so that you can swing it in the right direction.
Towards you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll always think about hitting you over there.
Look at this, the way it's moving. It's the way it's flowing.
Did it change a little?
Look at this.
That is better. What does it look like from here? Yeah.
Look at this. The direction is now a lot better.
And also the hips, I'm not early extending whatsoever. Yep.
You see here?
The pelvis is, oh, that's the fast one.
This is the early one.
Okay,
But
yeah,
now,
it's real fast.
Now, if you look at this one here, just everything, and then you will let the hands go a bit higher.
Okay.
Because the club is now club is going a bit more.
Past parallel.
You see?
Yes. But that's okay, right?
Oh, that's actually perfect.
I like that word.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because you are using the momentum here, and then let it go, then you will end up here. Then you don't have to fight.
John Daly style.
Actually, if it goes below the horizontal, right? Then as long as on the way down you keep the club close to your body, it's easier to develop speed.
Because I have a longer time, especially since I'm short.
The worst enemy is you let the club go away from your body early on.
Okay.
In the downswing.
And I'm not doing that when I'm doing the drill.
When you have enough turn here, enough motion here, and on the way down, you're pulling the club as if you are drawing a sword from the shit.
Okay.
Now, right? With that motion, you will be able to keep the club close to your body early on. So it actually helps to generate more speed.
In order to ingrain that, all I have to do is continue to do the step drills and the same ideology that we just went through.
Yeah, with this increased speed here, naturally it'll go a bit more. So you don't have to intentionally do this. So this is stage one. Let's go to stage two. Stage two, if this is your regular stance, let's say, then just move the left foot a little bit inward here, so that you can take this left step, eliminate this step here. Okay, so throw just to bring it back without taking step, bring it back, and then only take this step and then let it go.
Okay.
Again, let's go easy first. Just to give room for the left step, okay? And then the rest should be the same. Good trigger. Whoa! When you take the step, you are taking diagonally forward step.
Okay.
From the beginning, you had the closed stance.
Okay.
And then when you take this step, it went forward.
So in my setup, I need to focus on staying more parallel.
Yeah, because.
And then having more of this here.
Because the main issue is the direction, first of all. Okay. Yeah. Then if you start from that closed stance, then you have more tendency to go this way.
From here out to there.
Yes. So adjust the foot position, and also make sure when you take the second step, it's got to be toward the target, not forward. Yes, not toward, forward.
Not this way.
Mm-hmm. So again, take a stance. Try to stay right at the end of the plate. So if you take this step forward, then you are stepping on the wooden plate here.
Okay. So I need to be in front of the tee.
And they also have a trigger motion, easy wrist here, and then have a good turn this way. Yeah, the first, you took the first step, but it went backward. So keep the right foot there, and then only take, and then look at your foot position, left foot. The left step forward. Or when you take the first step, you tend to take the first step backward.
Okay.
So already you have this bias for more going this way, right?
Yep.
So from here, this is your goal instead of, so when you turn the body and if bring the hands back too much, and then the upper body is leaning away from target, then it's easy to take this step.
Okay.
But if you go to more reverse pivot posture here, by letting the pelvis shift that way, here then you can take this step. So part of the reason why you prefer taking a step more diagonally forward is because during the backswing, your body leans away slightly this way and turning this way. Then it's easy to go that way.
So I need that reverse C.
Yeah. So again, your goal is to adjust the swing plane this way. That means that you have to use every possibility to secure this. Just to try to swing this way quite a bit. Exaggerated the swing this way. Still, you let the hands go that way. Keep it close to your body. Okay, let's skip stage 2. Stage 2 is a sort of something you have to pass through to reach stage 3, but let's do the stage 3. In stage 3, assume your regular stance,
okay.
No step, but still use the trigger motion. So by not taking step, I will sort of get rid of the chance of taking step diagonally, okay?
So when I go home, I should avoid step 2?
You can do all 3 stages, however, you have to pay attention to the direction you are taking the steps.
Yeah, I can put some tape down or something.
Yeah, so no stance, no step.
Okay.
Assume your regular stance. Make sure you don't have a closed stance. It's closed. It's closed, yeah. And then from there, get good trigger this way. So instead of using the whole arm and everything, give a little wrist motion. So while you're turning this way, use the wrist motion reasonably. With this, you will be able to bring the club here. If the club is here, it's hard to bring it back here.
Okay.
Because you're starting from here, right? So let it go, and then bring it more here, higher, and also swing.
Okay.
So you have to make these adjustments. But try to focus on the global aspect instead of little things that you do. Globally, in the big picture, try to adjust the swing plane. And then you can do all the necessary things you need. Good throw. Let's swing hard. Let's swing hard. And then, when you start the trigger, it shouldn't be this quick motion, but rather it's continuous motion.
Okay.
So before you let the arms go, you have to move your body and then let it go. So make it overall continuous. Okay? So at the beginning, before you start the motion, your body is too rigid. You are in this
Yeah,
position.
because I'm trying to think about the change.
And then try to go quickly. But instead, so you have to move your body reasonably before you start the trigger motion. Make it smooth, everything smooth. Hit the ground back there. So if you, as you do the turning motion, instead of bringing the arms like this, you go here, and then if you turn with your body, then the arms will relatively stay close to your body, this way, and then add arm motion here. On the way down, also start the turn with the body, and then bring the arm and add the arm motion later, instead of.
Okay.
So turn around your spine axis. That's the main motion, and then add the arm and wrist motion at the end. Exactly. Exactly. So you will start the motion with your body turn.
I just feel like I almost just shut down the arms.
Yeah, you have to start the turning motion with your body turn.
Okay.
And then add the arm and the wrist motion at the end.
And then stop it from happening, grab my body, and then let it do it.
So all the way, even during the trigger motion, during the backswing, and then the downswing, the same thing, the same feel. Start the motion with the body turn, and then add the arm and wrist motion toward the end. Yes. Yes. And then now let's pay attention to connecting everything. So instead of too much quickly, rather, so make everything continuous.
Better rhythm.
Yeah, continuous. So the key word here is a continuous motion. Again. And then use the body turn first, and then add arm motion, let it go. Yes, again. So even during the backswing, you have to have a better control here. So you tend to go here.
Yeah.
So you have to use your wrist reasonably. If you go everything as one unit here, you tend to hit, but go here, light wrist here. If you add the wrist motion reasonably, you can control this better. Okay. So make it easier, make it easier. No need to have a big motion. Everything as a one unit, turning everything together. The body, as the body turns, you keep the hands close to your body, and then later add the wrist motion. That's better. So now use the wrist more actively. And always the wrist motion will be toward the end of the rotation, right? Yes, use your wrist more. As you use your wrist more, then the overall swing becomes a bit easier. Yes, that's good. That's good. Good flow. Yeah. So instead of
Much faster. I can feel it.
yeah, instead of moving everything together as one unit, you have good wrist motion added toward the end.
It's like the road.
Yeah.
So as we work through this, the old stuff keeps wanting to I want to come back.
And also with the active wrist motion, you will be able to feel the motion of the color
I
better.
can feel it. The weight feels different.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you have a good amount of sensory input from your hands, right?
Yeah.
And with that, you will be able to feel the motion of the club.
Feel it later, there.
Yes. If you just lock the wrist, then what happens is you don't have as much sensory input from your hands.
That's the idea.
So the body senses the body position and motion better when you actually have motion. Because we have muscle spindles and Golgi tendon organs. These are sensing the rate of stretch. Okay, so
Muscle tendons and what?
In the muscles, we have something called the muscle spindle.
Muscle spindles.
That's the sensor.
Okay.
And in the tendon, we have Golgi tendon organs.
Tendon organs.
Yeah, Golgi organs. So these are also sensing the rate of stretch in the muscle and in the tendon.
So what kind of tendon?
Golgi, G-O-L-G-I. Golgi tendon organs.
Golgi tendon.
That's the sensors in the tendon, and the muscle spindles are the sensors in the muscles. So these are sensing the rate of stretch. So when you have continuous motion, they will provide the good, accurate information about your body position and the body motion.
Then the brain can operate better.
Yeah. So when you use a wrist more, then it will give you better,
Sensory to control of the club face.
Yeah. But if you lock your wrist, then you will have trouble. Okay. So free your wrist. Let the wrist move.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then if you are willing to use your wrist more, then you don't have to go all the way here, because your action to have this flat turn and then bring the arm here, using the whole arm here to hit the ball. But when you free your wrist a bit more, then you are hitting the ball finally with the wrist action here.
Okay.
So you don't have to go. So let's have a faster swing. So put more effort, but use your wrist more. Good trigger, continuous motion. Okay, remember, particularly continuous club head motion.
Okay.
Yes. When the club head changes the speed too much, it's hard to control. But when you have a continuous club head motion, you will have a lot better impact control. So, okay, again, that's good. Now you are controlling the impact position quite well.
Better control of the flow of the club head, so when it changes directions fast, you can't control it.
Particularly up here,
Muscle spindles and your tendons.
Yeah, particularly here, if you fight and then the club moves quite a bit, then it's hard to have good control on the way
If you
down.
block out the tendons and the muscles you're talking about in the wrists and the arms, you can't control impact.
So let it go and then let it mature here, and then start the downswings without that much abrupt motion here, and then you will have a good impact.
You have to slow down the backswing.
So now you are getting rid of hitting the ground here. That's good. So again, stage 3. Yes. And also the advantage of using your wrist more toward the end here, it'll give you a stable finish position. When you use your arms and wrist added here, in order to speed up the arms and club, your body has to slow down. So with that, you will have a stable finish position. But if you try to swing all the way here,
everything at once,
then you lose the balance. So adding the arm motion and wrist motion toward the end, that's beneficial. You can add more speed, and also you will have a stable finish position. Again, try to break the pinata. Look at, pay attention to your foot position, and also your shoulder position.
Here.
Again, so try to, it's a club head centric. Okay? Do not introduce a lot of motion of the club head in this direction.
Yeah.
The main motion is this one here. So you have to generate continuous motion more this way instead of this direction.
Yeah, I'm focused on my body, not the club.
Yeah. So from here, when you bring the club head down, still main motion is this motion instead of the motion in the perpendicular direction, right? So make sure from here, as you bring the club head down, more along the swing plane rather than perpendicular to the swing plane. So make it continuous. Keep the hands closer. And on the way down, also try to keep it that way. Use your wrist more. Use your wrist more. Yeah. So when you use your wrist reasonably, then you can maintain the good planar motion here. Okay.
Okay.
And then when you keep it here, and on the way down, also try to keep the same position, but because of the inertia of the club, your hands will move away reasonably, so, but still you'll be able to maintain it close to your body. Okay, stage 3, swing hard this time, but remember the direction of your swing should be toward the target. Okay, again. As you swing, try to move the pelvis laterally more. So there is no reason to limit your pelvis motion because you have a reasonably wide stance, so you can control the lateral motion well, so no need to worry about. And shift the pelvis more. Remember, reverse pivot posture.
You mean here?
Your pelvis can go more away. Pelvis can. So when you ask people to lift a leg, then if the person is not well experienced, then what happens is they will usually go this way here. So by lifting the leg, you will lean the upper body to maintain balance. But good dancers, when you ask them to lift a leg, they go more like this. Shift the body. While you're lifting one leg here, okay, they are shifting the body laterally to maintain the balance. So that you can maintain your head more upright, right? Instead of going like this. Okay. Then when you try to control the degree of lifting, you have to turn your upper body a lot. But if you shift your body, as you lift more, then you just shift more. If you lift less, then shift less. So as you put more weight on this side,
okay,
you have to shift the whole body this way, but while maintaining more reverse pivot posture like this. But that's okay. Let's make it continuous. Okay, let's make the club head motion continuous. So have a good throw, good throw. Okay, so I will record this. And then you will see how the swing is progressing. Okay, ready, go. I'll record from this direction. So ready, go. The best is to repeat the motion back and forth again and again. Now you see the flow here.
The extension on the follow through for the club head, I'm letting it go a little bit.
The club head goes a bit further down at the top of the backswing, right?
Yep.
With this on the way down, you will keep the club close to your body and then let it go. Let's go to the first one.
Okay.
It's a fairly manufactured motion.
The club head is getting further away from my body on the follow through.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, see how the body motion is flowing. It's continuous.
Yes, it's better. Okay.
Yeah. So this
room for improvement, but it's better than worse.
This is stage 3, and then let's add now more lateral motion. So try to intentionally shift a lot this way during the backswing. So for that, during the trigger motion, you have to shift the body this way, and then try to shift excessively this way, and then swing. See how it goes. Don't worry about going too far, okay? Just try to go as far as you can, both ways. Okay. During the turtle motion, move the body this way. During the backswing, move the pelvis.
When you mean move the body this way, you're talking about?
No, this is just turning more. So instead of just throwing the arms this way, actually let it go. Let the body. People call it the sway, but I don't like the term sway. As long as you have good control, then it's an active shift, not sway. Sway is more negative. It has more negative meaning. But let the body shift a lot and then swing. So don't worry about shifting too much, okay? Okay. Just stage 3, make it continuous, and then try to shift your body more. Don't be afraid of, so let's go a bit wider stance, let's see. Yeah, make it more stable. And then good throw, during the backswing, initially shift your body more. Yes. So when you have more shift, okay, automatically you will bring your body back this way. It's called the recenter. Yeah. Shift away, followed by recenter. So just try to shift more. Don't worry about shifting too much, okay? Just again, and then use your wrist. Use your wrist. Whenever you think you're losing balance toward the end, then try to use more wrist. That will solve the problem.
Use more wrist when I'm losing balance to solve the problem.
Yeah. So again, good throw. Again. Now just try to swing really hard and then let it go.
Went over there.
Again. Yes. So try to break the barrier you have. So you try to limit your lateral motion. But now with the more lateral motion, still the flow is really good, because as long as you use the stance correctly, then when you have a good shift here, then always you will tend to recenter. Okay. So there's no problem, unless you stay here. If you stay here, you're a big problem.
That's the old type of teaching too.
But with this continuous motion here, you cannot do that. With the stage 3, you cannot do that.
So stage 3, you feel like I'm moving my hips considerably to start, tapping into the recentering motion.
Yeah, just give enough lateral motion. With the stage 3, no reason to worry about the excessive shift motion. Just to try to shift as much as possible. Yes, the flow is a lot better now. Yep. So give more rigorous shift motion. So now with that, try to swing harder on the way down. So in order to swing harder on the way down, instead of putting a lot of effort in the downswing, but rather try to have a good wind-up. So wind-up is the key. Okay? Okay. So yeah, just keep good trigger and then fast backswing, good wind-up. Ready?
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Okay, ready, go. Okay. Ready, go. So now you are using your body a lot better. Okay. So this was the previous stage 3. You see, still your motion is somewhat restricted. You are hesitating. You can see that here. You see? Now.
Wow, it's different. So it's probably better for me to feel like my pelvis is moving. This last step that we've
been doing. You're moving your pelvis like a mile.
So when I have my pre-shot routine and when I'm playing, I need to have this feeling here.
Yes, you see.
So where the stage 3 with the moving.
Yeah,
pelvis.
even if you are trying to move your pelvis a lot, but still it's under control, so actually it's not that much. Right?
Golly, it is under control.
But-
it feels like I'm going.
But you have good overall flow here. By not restricting the pelvis motion, actually your swing becomes more rigorous here, automatically.
Wow, that's a whole lot different. Good. Play that one more time. Let me look at the club head. Okay, the plane looks better. It looks more stable. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, when you let this happens, it's hard to bring back.
And you will send me all those clips too?
Yep.
And will they be titled, or how would I know, like, this is this exact swing?
I can add.
Text me that one, or those last two.
But we have more to go. So.
Okay.
So you see, when you try to have a more lateral motion, but actually it's not excessive, as you see here.
It feels it.
Yeah, your feel is very different from your typical
Yes,
swing.
sure.
So you're moving by a mile, but actually it's not.
And then since I'm wider, it's going to feel like I'm moving further.
So now just to have a good flow. Compared to the previous stage 3 here, still you have some hesitation here.
Yeah.
Although the flow is a lot better than your initial swing, but now here with the more active motion here.
Wow, that looks really good. And it looks like I have more speed through the ball.
Yeah, so now let's connect this to your regular swing. So before you do your regular swing, always do stage 3 as your pre-shot routine.
With that moving here, feeling like I'm moving the
Yeah,
hips.
yeah. And then so do the stage 3 and then approach it to your ball.
More wrist.
So when you use when you add wrist motion there, you don't have to turn your body a lot, because at the end you will add the arm and wrist motion, so you don't have to turn the body a lot during the backswing.
Backswing.
Yes. Yeah, again, during the backswing, toward the end, add the arm and the wrist motion, then you don't have to turn your body a lot. Good wind-up includes the arm and wrist motion, okay? So, yes. We are talking about very different speed now.
And I felt my body lower, like my hips do this before they.
So, okay, so let's do a stage 3 and then your regular swing. See how it goes. I'm not going to say anything. Just do the stage 3 and then do your regular swing. The club went this way. No, from the trigger is too quick. But let it mature. That doesn't mean it's just slowing down the motion itself. Give more time, but still your motion should be fast enough. Just at the transition, just give more time. Okay, so let's do a stage 3 and your regular swing without the trigger motion. Stage 3 first, feel the rhythm, and then approach the ball, and then do your regular swing without the trigger motion, okay? Very good, yeah. Now you are using the rhythm in your regular swing.
So I have.
So this is the idea. This is the idea. Always use stage 3 as your pre-shot routine.
Okay.
Feel the rhythm, and then go to the ball, and then do the swing.
And this is even on like half pitch short shots. It's all the same. I just kind of slow or
Make it smaller, just to feel the motion.
But it's the same. I need to feel like I'm coming out here and then kind
So
of.
even pitch shots, you don't rush down.
But I
So
still need. So
the amplitude is smaller, but keep again mature, backswing, and
if
then
I feel like
let it
I'm
go.
here, I still need to feel like I'm coming up in here, and then getting over here.
Yeah, don't
and
rush.
letting the.
Don't rush down, okay? So now, let me see from this direction. Again, stage 3, followed by your regular swing. Yeah, so I will record this now.
Same thing.
Yeah, stage 3 first.
Okay.
Ready, go. Again, stage 3 and your regular swing. Go. I only recorded the regular swing part to compare this with your initial swing.
Oh.
So now this is your regular swing here.
Oh my gosh.
Now let's go back to your initial swing.
Wow. I bet you the arc is like a foot further away all the way around. It seems like it. Considerably. Okay. So I was just trying to guide the ball out into the fairway instead of hit it, instead of hit through it using body.
When you develop enough speed here, just let the club head go and hit the ball. But when you try to manipulate it with your arms, then you have to put a lot of effort there. Look at this, the way your swing is flowing here. Okay. Now let's try to hit the ball. So again, do stage 3 first, and then hit the ball.
Okay.
And then particularly when you hit the ball, still try to just have good flow. Okay. And then on the way down, you don't have to swing that hard. As long as you have a good backswing, downswing will be automatically good and fast enough. Okay. So let's do stage 3 first as a pre-shot routine. And then approach to the ball. That was good impact. Not hitting the body of the tee.
Better.
Right?
I just saw where the ball hit, and that's exactly what.
Yeah. Again, stage 3. Yes, very good. So this is the idea. When you start using your body better, okay, you don't have to worry about generating the speed. So your arms will just be able to work on, club control.
You're just following what your body is telling them.
Yeah, the body will generate the speed, so you don't have to worry about that.
They just have to follow.
Yeah, again.
And then all the wrists have to do is.
Again, do the same thing. This time I will record this.
The wrists just need to be subtle.
No pressure, okay? Just to do the swing. You don't need to feel the pressure here.
No, you don't.
No. I'm recording, and then you don't need to feel the pressure. Just to do it, what you just did.
Okay.
So let's do stage 3 and then regular swing, okay?
Okay.
Ready, go. Yeah, judging from the sound, it was a good impact.
It was better. I got this ball.
Again.
Same thing?
Yeah. Ready, go.
That threw me off.
Yes, let's start this all over again. So yeah, try to go back a bit more. So ready, go. You hear the sound? Yeah, this is it. So in your case, you are automatically using the rhythm in your regular swing. So your swing has improved quite a bit. And then the main issue you had was inconsistent impact, but that I see a quite consistent impact here. Stage 3 here.
Wow, that looks way better.
And then rush it a little bit on the way down. So you need to have a bit more time, but
A little bit more mature backswing?
yeah.
Okay.
But you're still letting it go a lot farther.
The flow was better.
And here, if you look at this one, you have a tendency of rushing. Yeah, you see, it went less. It went about horizontal, and then started the swing there.
So I try to stop it.
So this one is you lost the ball.
Yeah, that one needs to be deleted.
Swinging. This is good flow. Feel that motion.
Still got that foot out.
Yeah, so you have to practice this a lot. And also because now your swing plane has been adjusted, so you may hit the ball more to the left side, because compared to your old swing, you had quite the outward swing plane.
So what would happen in my regular swing when I would hit it bad is that I think I was coming from the inside, and then I would flip it because I knew that it was going to go out there, and then I'd hit a pull hook.
Yeah.
So this time I'm just going to hit it.
With this pattern, if you have a square hit, then it'll be block shot. And if you have a really bad hook, then it'll give you flat and really bad hook. So, but
if I know it's good, it's just going to what?
Now it's adjusted now. So no need to catch it. Just let the club head go. Then you will have dead straight shots.
Okay.
Generally, yeah. Again. See, with this you go beyond the horizontal, right? It's a little bit cut short. Let's go to the previous one here.
So you want me to go past parallel?
Yeah, yeah. So let it go and then do not fight here. Let it go and then let it mature. Okay. So then I will delete this one. So let's try this again. So again, have good stage 3, okay. And then in the regular swing, do not try to stop it, and then let it go further. Okay. And give more time at the top, okay?
Okay.
Okay, ready, go, stage 3. And then your regular swing.
Well, it came back to me.
So ever since we started using stage 3 and your regular swing, your impact is very consistent. Okay? So this is a
good thing.
Yeah, this is good news. Okay, ready, go stage 3 first. And give mature backswing.
Wow. What's up, bud?
Yeah, so.
Oh no.
So as you
that was probably the best shot that I hit. Wow. Because I let it go.
A bit more. And then now you are using your body a lot more compared to your initial
That
swing.
was my natural move a long time ago when I started playing golf before they tried to shorten my backswing.
Interestingly, you move away from your natural swing through
instruction.
Learning.
Yep. I've always taken it past parallel, and I was always told not. That was first swing.
Yeah, look at
I was
this.
always told not to do that, and now you're telling me that I need to do that.
It's fairly arm-driven swing, right?
Yeah.
And then if you go to this one here.
That's much better.
Good flow here. Yep, you see the whole thing is moving continuously. So again, yeah.
You don't see variation. You see a nice transition, nice smooth, and then I slow it down.
And particularly when you let it go this far here, it's hard to just keep the hands here.
It's hard to keep the tension.
Keep the hands back here. Only when you flat turn this and then try to hold it here, then your hands will be here. But when you let the club head go, you don't have to move the hands that much.
So I actually have pretty good, I'm not restricted. I actually can move further than I thought I could.
Just to use more wrist, add the arm and wrist motion toward the end.
I'm actually pretty flexible in that area, and then I can let it go that far.
So you have enough range of motion.
To hit it the way I want.
Yes.
For 45 years old.
But just don't restrict it. And particularly when it comes with the flat turn here, and when you restrict this motion.
Okay.
But when you let it go further, so using the momentum here, then let it go and then start from there. So it's hard to go this way when you start from here. So actually, one way
you can't even reroute it that way. It's basically physically impossible.
One way to solve this outward swing plane is let it go a bit more. If you start from there, then you
can't. You're not in that position. You can't even fathom being in that position.
So by restricting the backswing and then by keeping the right arm here, you created all the problems.
That's what. I don't know if I created them.
Oh, you are blaming someone else. We always try to blame someone else, right?
No, I'm accountable, but I used to swing with a big, long backswing, and throughout the journey of trying to get better and improve, I was always told, restrict this, and keep your elbow in here, and don't get your flying elbow like Jack Nicklaus, and
Just maintain your natural flow as much as possible. Do not try to manufacture the motion. Let it go, using the momentum and let it go. All you need is just to change the direction.
No, I'm doing it, but I'm going to get a chance.
So as you can see, all these here, your swing pattern has changed quite a bit. So this is the positive side.
Thank you.
It was a lot of swings today.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I needed them.
Yeah, but
you helped me out a bunch. Thank you.
So again, it's important to see what you're doing. Okay, with this, you will be able to see where you started and then how you were progressing and where you ended.
Yeah, and then you're going to send me all of that.
Yeah, see those, and then also the feel. You have the feel.
Yeah, I know I need to get it out where it feels out here, and then I need to get it down to the body. But I think setup-wise, I need to get this foot more forward instead of back, which, that's causing that tendency, and then get a more of an acute angle here instead of this. I need to be in here. And
when people use the arms too much, wrist too much, then obviously you have to restrict it to a certain extent, but you are restricting it too much here. So you don't, allow yourself to use the range of motion. So, but as you add more arm and the wrist motion here, the club goes below the horizontal, right? From here, there's no problem in doing the downswing. So this is not causing problem. That means
it's actually helping.
Yes. With this, you cannot go this way. From this position, you cannot really go this. So that's why the overall flow is so important. And then we have a more global perspective, holistic perspective. Try to adjust the things.
Macro perspective instead of micro, all these little.
Yeah. Particularly when the backswing motion goes slower, and then you have a smaller motion, then you are creating a lot of issues. But let's say you have certain range of motion you can use. Within the range of motion, make the motion continuous, then already you will be able to get rid of a lot of problems. Okay? So lower the risk of introducing something, unnatural.
And I would think it would lower the risk of injury too, because you're not trying to restrict things.
Yes.
Your body's not.
You're not fighting anything.
Like your spine or your hips,
And also when you use the arms and wrist properly, then you don't have to turn your spine a lot, because you will add additional range of motion using your arms and the wrist. So it's easier on the body. And also particularly on the, in the downswing, when you add your arm and wrist motion later, that you don't have to turn the body abruptly. So it'll be easy finish here. Okay, so again, try to use your range of motion, the reasonable range of motion. Do not restrict, and also feel the overall tempo, no rush.
And it's
mature.
It's the same with all swings, all the way down to chipping as well? Or?
Chipping, the amplitudes are smaller, but still feel the mature backswing and then let it go instead of
and I need to
quickly.
feel like I'm getting out in here and then over here.
Yeah, and just using your arms here, try to feel the slight body motion here, feel the rhythm, particularly the shoulder turn, instead of using the arms a lot. Yeah, so I've seen improved impact quite a bit at the golf schools that I've done this year. You know, when they had a better tempo, so Vijay Singh. Okay, James,
Gotcha.
go, James,